Happy Monday, Stampers. My name is Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper with Stampin Up, and I am an independent U.S. demonstrator. Welcome to my channel. If you're returning for another Make It Monday, thanks so much for coming back. And if you are watching for the first time, welcome. I do a Make It Monday video every week, and I'm so glad that you're here, and we're going to have a few minutes to stamp together. Want to do a little bit of housekeeping first and remind everyone that if you are interested in giving Paper Pumpkin a try, now is the time to do that. With today being the 10th, it is the last day of our subscribe-a-thon for the May Paper Pumpkin, which is the batter up version, right? So it looks like it's going to be all about baseball. It's even going to have ballpark bubble gum in the kit for you. So how fun is that? So if you're into baseball, if you have friends or family that are into baseball, or kiddos that are in Little League, T-ball, whatever, this may just be the perfect kit to try. And it will also allow you to try it for just $5. This is a special that Stampin' Up! Is offering to our first-time subscribers only. So sorry guys, if you're already a subscriber, doesn't apply, and I apologize for that. But if you're a first-time subscriber and you want to give it a try, check that out at paperpumpkin.com. It qualifies you when you sign up for a month-to-month subscription. And please know that that's not like a lifelong commitment or you're signing your life away. You can cancel that at any time, although you may not want to. And you can also suspend your account for a couple of months. If life gets crazy and you get a little backed up on the boxes, you can go in and suspend so that you skip a month or two. So anyway, paperpumpkin.com is where you will find this. Today is the last day, so don't wait to get that subscription done. And if you don't have a demonstrator that you're working with, I'd love to make you a member of my Paper Pumpkin posse and choose me as your demonstrator. I'm located in Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. But with the invention of social media, right, and Facebook and YouTube and all of that, we don't have to worry about location so much. So give that a shot. It is a lot of fun, and having a craft kit come to your door with everything in it that you need every month is pretty cool. A lot better than opening that mailbox and finding a bunch of bills, right? And speaking of Facebook, I do have a Facebook page that I am very active on. It is Lori Staley Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. As you can see here, I do live events on there 3 times a week. I do a Tuesday tip at 2, a Thursday coffee and cards at 10 a.m., and then Sunday evening we do a Come Stamp Along with Me, where I publish the supplies you'll need prior to getting together at 8 o'clock and creating some fun cards. And one other thing that's happening right now is our Connect, Craft, and Collect special, right? So with that, hostesses are going to earn an additional $25 in free merchandise, your Stampin' Rewards, when you hit a 250 party level or higher, right? So that's in addition to the existing Hostess Rewards program, as well as the half price item that you can earn when you hit 450 in party sales. So it's a great time to do a party, whether you want to do a virtual party, whether you are able to do in person in your area, or just a book party. You know, that brand new book is out. I'm sure you all have big wish lists, and this is a perfect time to get some of those brand new items for free. Speaking of large wish lists, however, we also have a special running that if you have a big wish list, 150 or more, you might want to consider, and that is to grab our starter kit. Our starter kit is normally $125 in product for $99, and right now we are offering it for $155 for $99 plus tax. The shipping and handling is picked up by Stampin' Up. So it is a great time to give Stampin' Up a try as one of our team members. And again, if you don't have a demonstrator that you currently work with in the US, I'd love to talk to you about it. I have demonstrators all around, and we have a lot of fun. I have a great group of people, and I always say I have 2 types of people that join my team: those that want to make money and have a small side gig, or maybe make it their full-time job, as I've done recently, or just be a hobbyist, which is how I signed up. And I don't mean just be a hobbyist, right? You want to save money, so you want to get that discount. that is exactly the reason that I signed up. So I've been on both sides of that equation, and I've enjoyed both sides of it greatly. So if you have any questions, you can hit me up, and I'll be happy to answer them or help you out. So those are the things that are happening in my studio and with Stampin' Up. I will share one more thing with you. My Hostess code is here. That is my website. You're welcome to order on that at any time. Again, if you don't have a demonstrator that you're working with. If you do place a minimum $25 product order using that Hostess code on my site this month, you will receive these card kits, whether you're local to me, again, I'm in Dillsburg, or if I'm mailing them to you in the US, you'll receive those card kits for just the postage, right? This is a $12 class that I offer, but with a minimum $25 product purchase, as I said, using that Hostess code, you get these for free. So everything is die cut, stamped, punched, etc. I cannot stamp to stay in compliance with Stampin' Up, so you will add your own greetings. But the cards are really designed for just add a greeting, right? So keep that in mind. If you're looking to put an order in and you don't have a active demonstrator, I would love to help you on your stamping journey. Plus, if it's your first order with me, you'll also get a little free welcome gift. All right, that is it. Let's talk about today's project. So in my Come Stamp Along last night, we made this cute pinwheel card using lots of new products, a new embossing folder, the Sweet Symmetry paper, some new brads, which I'm so excited that brads are back, and another new, no, I think this was a carryover stamp set. And it's just a pinwheel card, right? It's really cute. I love it. I love our new papers. Oh my goodness, I just finished my paper share. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But as I was playing, I remembered years ago, I made a different kind of pinwheel that actually had motion in it. So I thought I would come on today and share that with you. So this is our pinwheel in motion. Isn't that cool? And show you how I did that. And again, new papers. This is the Pattern Party pack of Designer Series paper. This is a huge pack of paper, and it's available for hostesses only. Right? So again, think about having a party, book party, virtual party, love doing those, but you can earn that pack of paper for free. And like I said, it's huge. It's a really thick pack, has all these cute patterns. One side is color, one side is black and white. So who doesn't love black and white, right? And that's what I did here, a black and white card with a pop of color, because that is going to be my product-based class in May. I'm using the True Love for that. So let us get started with this. My paper just went flying off the table. So I have a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of cardstock. I scored it already. I'm just going to crease that with my bone folder. And then I have a piece that I embossed with the brand new Bark embossing folder. And once I saw this, I realized why we retired the Old World paper embossing folder, because it's very similar. It's just a little bit more dense with the design. So we're going to just go ahead and mount that onto the front of the card. And this is a 5 1/4 by 4. And you don't have to worry if you want to try to make this card later. I'm going to put all the measurements and the supplies and everything in the description below this video. But if you haven't subscribed to my channel while you're here, please do so that you don't miss future videos. And I'd love it if you'd leave me a comment or a thumbs up. That would be fabulous. You can also ring the bell while you're here so that you get notified when a new video is put up. Then I have two 2 5/8 by 2 5/8 squares of Poppy Parade cardstock. We're going to layer these together, trying to do our best to get them centered so that these little triangles on the side here are about equal. If they're off a little bit, it's not a big deal, but the more equal you can get it, the better your pinwheel image. Take that cap off and leave it off, huh? All right. And sometimes using your grid paper is a big help, right? So I'm trying to line my points up on here. That looks pretty good, I think. So I think we're going to go with that. Whoops. I think we're going to go with that as I pull it apart, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, this part is fun. So I have 1 1/4 inch squares, and I have 8 of them, obviously. So we need 4. See, that's the other side of the black and white. This paper is so pretty, and I just love that you get lots of sheets. I did use 2 different patterns out of the pack, as you can see. Sometimes you can use the same pattern, but I liked that these had little polka dots because there's little polka dots around the hearts. So we have our 4, and all we're going to do is lay one of these in each corner, okay? Just like that. We're going to leave about 1/8 of an inch border. I'm going to grab my silicone pad because Seal does not necessarily like to play in small spaces, I find, and that's okay, but I want to make sure that we get the coverage that we need as we're applying it, and we don't get it all over our grid paper. Now, the one tip I will give you is with this one, you only want to add your seal to the right side. And the reason for that is because when we come the whole way around, we're going to lift this flap to slide the last one in. So let's do that just on the right side. I love the silicone pad because you can wipe the glue right off of this. So you can use Tombow Liquid Glue, you can of course use our seal, our tear and tape. So now we're just going to work our way around putting a piece, one of these Designer Series paper squares, in each corner. You can even use hot glue on it and it will wipe right off. Another little tip I will share with you, that as you work your way around, you want to kind of eyeball and line up with the other DSP that's in here, already placed on your project. Now the rest of these, I'm putting adhesive all over the back, so I'm not having to worry about keeping an edge loose. It helps me to move it around. You don't have to do that. And you can also notice as we go, we're getting this really nice center. Everything is lining up in the center to give us a real sharp point in that center. So you have a couple of ways to make sure it's coming together the way you want. See how they lined up there? Again, their point in the center is good. So now this one, again, this is our last one. And what we're going to do here is pick that corner up and slide this in. And we have our little edge, and we have our center. That's perfectly aligned in the center. Sometimes it's not quite that good, but this one works, and you have a little play there too. The other thing I want to do though is I don't want that kind of flop in there, so I am going to come in with just a little bit of Tombow. Not a lot, because you don't want it to, okay, you ready for the technical term? You don't want it to gush out. All right, so I am really pleased with that. But now, let me show you how we're going to get the motion. So I have 2 small 1 1/4 inch squares. And this one, I took a 1/2 inch circle out of it. Now, you may already know that Stampin' Up! Retired all of our circle punches, so we don't have any circle punches. I pulled my layering circle dies, but guess what? The smallest one in there is 1 1/8 inch, and that is way too big for what we want to do. So this is the Inspiring Canopy die set. It comes with the Inspired Thoughts. Great greeting set. I always love it when we get lots of words in a set. We have these trees and the foliage to put at the top. I think that might be like a little snow line, a little hill at the bottom of the trees. And then we have this little guy. I do not know. I'm sure somebody's going to figure it out, but I haven't figured out why we have just this tiny little circle in here. I thought maybe it was a tire, like you could create a tire swing, but it literally cuts that circle out, and it is a 1/2 inch. So it's exactly the size we need. So that's what I did with the circle, at least at this point, until somebody is more into it than I am and can figure out exactly what that circle's supposed to do for us. But again, that is in the Inspired Thoughts bundle, and the dies are called Inspiring Canopy Dies. Those trees are going to be so much fun to play with. I can't wait. Let's grab some dimensionals, and I'll show you what we're going to do here. Ooh. I actually only need one of those. I brought one along just in case. I always have a backup plan, right? So we are going to, now here's where I'm going to give you my 2 cents, literally. We're going to grab 2 pennies. I have this little bag of pennies in my drawer because you just never know when you're going to need those 2 cents. We are going to mount a dimensional as close to the center of one of those pennies as we can, and this is going to come down over top. Okay? Then we're going to mount the second penny. This has now become our spinner, right? Now, you have to have a little room, so it is a little bit loose. That's why a 1/2 inch is good. It gives you enough room that it doesn't get hung up on the dimensionals, but it is going to, as you spin it, also allow it to kind of move a little bit on the card front, up, down, to the side, right? It's so much fun. This is a great kiddo card for birthdays, but it makes anybody, even us old adults, it makes us smile too. The other thing that we're going to do is we're going to take 4 more dimensionals, and we're going to place them tight into the corners. Now, you don't want it to be seen. Well, it actually won't matter if it is, because it will be hidden under, but I don't want a lot of it just in case there's any adhesive sticking out. I don't want it to cause any interruption with the spin. All right. 1 more dimensional. So dimensionals and 2 pennies is the key to this. Put that right there. All right. And then I'm going to bring this in, and we're going to mount it on top. Bring our card over, and I want to kind of play with it a little bit to make sure that I don't mind that it moves around a little bit. That's fun. That's part of the fun. But I want to try to keep it on the card, and I think we'll be good right about there. So we're going to go ahead and remove our dimensional backings. I am trying to make sure I'm spaced fairly evenly on my sides. I'm not going to press it real tight because I want to try it and see. Oh, I love it. It's perfect. Okay, so then I can press that all down. This is definitely a card you're going to want to have hand canceled, and it may even require extra postage if you're going to mail this to someone. Of course, if you want to just give it to someone, it will fit into an envelope just fine. Okay, so let me show you what I put in the center. These are our new brads. These are the round and square brads. We haven't had brads for several years. And you've got black and white squares and circles in here. And there's a lot of them. There's over 200 in here. I think that's really great. I would like to find a black square. Got it. Okay. Now, you're like, okay, well, you have a penny on the other side of that. How in heaven's name are you going to put that brad down through there? Well, even though I'm thrilled that we have brads back, and I love using my Take Your Pick tool to set them, I don't want the brad today. So what I'm going to do, and hopefully if you don't have these, your husband may have something in his workshop, but I am going to cut that brad off. Now I'm going to cover it with my hand so it doesn't fly up into my face. Got to go further back. There we go. Like, there is a trick to this, I know. Sorry about my phone ringing. I usually take it off the hook and forgot to do that this morning. Okay. So, we're going to bring this back in. How we're going to attach that? We're going to do it with a glue dot. Now I'm going to roll my glue dot a little bit because I don't want it to stick out beyond that square. Put that right in the center and then bring my brad in and press it down. I thought that made the perfect center since it is black and we have that black and white polka dot paper on there. Okay, isn't that cute? Last thing we're going to do, well, a couple last things we're going to do, right? I am bringing in the banner Pick-a-Punch, and I have a half-inch piece of the basic white cardstock. I like to punch first, so I typically measure my greeting, determine how long I want, if I want anything on each end to add an embellishment, and then add 1/4 inch, right? So there is our white. I did already do the basic black, and that is 3/4 inch. We have our greeting, and this greeting that says, with heartfelt thanks, which I thought was perfect because of the hearts, comes from the Encircled and Friendshp stamp set. This is a new one as well, so pretty. I kind of overlooked it at first in the catalog, but it has some really great greetings in it. And then these are the dies that go with it. So you have all kinds of matting and layering that you can do, but they're really, really pretty. So I can't wait to play more with those. And there's the stamp. I need the black ink. Using Memento, that is my black ink of choice. This is a skinny stamp, and I tend to rock them when I ink them up on my ink pad. So I take my ink pad to the stamp, and I have a bit more success with that. We are going to, hopefully I hit this because I'm stamping away from myself. I'm a little high. Let's try that again. It's a little hard. Usually I pull it real close to me and I'm like over top of it, but I don't want you to see the back of my head. That's not fun, right? Now see there, I changed it up and I did it the other way, but I was holding it with both hands. So you can do it either way. All right, let's hope this one works better. Yes, I like that. Then we're going to mount that. Again, skinny, so we're going to bring in silicone pad. Make sure we have everything covered on there. It's really cold here today, and especially down in my studio, because I'm down in the bottom layer of our house, or bottom level of our house, and it's really cold. I'm going to put that on with dimensionals as well, just so we have the pop continuing. Do about 3 on there, 3 or 4. You want to make sure, even though you're having it hand canceled, that when it goes through the mail, it doesn't get destroyed, right? And we're just going to place that down here at the bottom. And then I was looking for a little embellishment to put on there, and I remembered we had these that are in the January through June catalog. I used the red ones, but I didn't use a lot of the white ones. And I could have absolutely colored the white ones with the Poppy Parade blend. Since these are red, but I think they're far enough away from the actual designer series paper that I can get away with the red. And I do want them both kind of like that at a little bit of an angle. So I thought they were the perfect embellishment. I tend to leave my thank you cards blank on the inside as far as any kind of greeting because I like to write my own greeting. Oftentimes I will send thank you cards for orders or special things that are going on with my customers, and this way I can just put a Post-it note in it. But I do want to tie it together with the card. So I cut a 1/2 inch strip of the DSP and just mount that across the bottom of the insert. If I was stamping images on the card front, I might also stamp one of the images on the inside of the card. And there we have it. And here was the one I did last night that inspired me to go back into my memory and try to remember how I made the Pinwheel with Motion card. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Thanks so much again for watching and hanging out with me today. Come back next Monday and I'll have another video for you. Remember that if you are in need of a demonstrator in the United States, I would love to help you. Just reach out to me or you can visit my website. Hostess code for the month. Remember, you get a free card kit, except I do need postage to charge postage, but other than that, it's completely free with a minimum $25 product order. And if you have any questions that I can answer for you, just let me know. I'm happy to do so. Take care, have a great week, and I will see you next Monday.